Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows from shows ranging from the 90s to today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia, and today we'll be talking about episode 13 of Dawson's Creek, His Leading Lady, aired February 3rd, 1999. And
The synopsis is
the filming of Dawson's new movie brings back memories for Dawson and Joey, who grows to dislike Devon, the actress playing her. Meanwhile, Jen is now working as Dawson's producer, and she meets Tyson Hicks, who is hired to work props on Dawson's set. Also, Pacey learns that Andy is taking antidepressants after he finds them in her trash can, which prompts her to believe that Pacey is more of an interference than a help in her life. Okay, so we start off with Joey and Dawson watching movies again in his room.
okay. What is up with all of a sudden they're friends? And it was really weird because she was like, "Oh, so we're getting back to being friends." It's like, "Oh, all I want is to be friends." Liar.
Yep.
What did you think of it? And it's weird because she keeps asking him.
Yeah, I mean, I did like to see them together like that again, like before.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't like them as friends, so.
they weren't fighting at least, so and then they go on to talk about Dawson's new movie that's finally being picked up again, because he did get that grant even though he gave half of it to Joey for her art classes. So, I was actually surprised he was able to do everything he did with the small amount of
Well,
money that
yeah,
he had.
because don't you have to pay, um, like if you like all the locations
Um,
if you're
did they
filming.
film at the high school?
Well, you'd have to get permission.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think they had to pay. I think they just had to get
So they
permission.
only filmed it at the high school. That's a boring movie.
Yeah, well, it is Dawson's
One
life.
one location.
It is Dawson's life, so it makes sense that it's at his school, but
It was weird.
well, they did film in his room. Remember, Pacey was helping him put posters up.
I mean, we never saw it, but yeah.
Yeah, so that was technically supposed to be another location.
Yeah, and then even Pacey was like, "Really? Like in your bedroom?
Hmm.
Like even this like weird for you?"
Yeah, and he had to make sure that ET poster was in a certain spot.
I know. I'm like, it's just a movie, Dawson. I mean, man, have to have it at what? Because you had it in your room at this point, you would have it in the same spot. Really? Yeah. Someone needs to judge that movie. Now, did you like that the movie was basically still about the two of them?
I mean, I can see why he did it, but I feel like it's too soon to make something like
That's
that.
what I want. Yes, I was going to ask you. Isn't it too soon to
Hmm.
make a movie about what just happened?
Yeah, it's not like it's like 15 years down the
I
road.
mean, it's been how long since they broke up?
Um,
Couple weeks, maybe a month.
yeah, maybe a month or two.
Yeah, and you're already making a movie about the breakup and everything?
Hmm.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that's all he lives in is his movies,
Hmm.
but to actually make that your movie is really bad. I mean, I feel like most people, I feel like in my opinion, if they make a movie about their life, they wait years,
Right.
if
Yeah.
not longer.
Hmm.
They don't just go, "Oh, it just happened. Let me make a movie about it."
Hmm.
No.
Yeah.
And I thought Jen was going to be kind of like the leading lady. Remember,
Yeah. Well,
didn't he like cut all that out and then of Joey and then he was going to like make Jen kind of like his new leading lady, like that character. And then now it's all we talk about
back
is
to Joey.
Joey and Dawson.
Yeah, they didn't really explain why he went back to that idea.
I,
I
I
didn't
don't
realize
get
that.
it either. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Hmm.
And Abby was still playing Jen, which makes sense because she made Jen into
Hmm.
this Jen. But then we didn't see her, and I was like, oh, thank God. But again, he was only focusing on the Joey parts, and I'm like, come on now, Dawson, really?
Yeah.
This is messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, so he couldn't find anybody to play her, Joey, in the movie, so Joey told him that maybe he needs to find someone who can bring her own.
Well, wasn't it weird that he went to her art class,
Oh, yeah.
and then that's where he found the girl?
Yeah. Well, he didn't know that was going to be the girl, but yeah, Like,
Yeah,
and
but that
it's at a
was the girl.
yeah, her class was at a college, community college probably, but you still can't just walk in like
I
that.
know even the teacher said something. I
Yeah.
was so happy the teacher said something.
Yeah, and just to give Joey his new draft of his script. Like, you couldn't just wait after class.
Well, that's Dawson. He only lives in his little bubble.
Yeah.
And in his bubble, he can do whatever he wants and go wherever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not reality, but it's what Dawson did. Did
Yeah.
you see him like kind of like freak out when he saw her naked,
Mm-hmm.
the girl?
Yeah. And then he almost knocked down the whole eagle behind
Yeah,
him.
that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Dawson, that's why you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Like, you of all people shouldn't be there.
Yeah, because, like, even the model, I'm sure, like, she has to give consent. Like, only certain people are going to see her.
Right, not him
Mm-hmm.
who makes films.
Right.
Yeah, she didn't know that part, did she?
And then the next scene after that, at Andy's house with Pacey, he's talking about how good his butt looks. I think you liked that part, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Of course he did.
Anything he does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't?
Well, I was more interested in what Andy was
Oh
doing.
my God. Who cares about Andy? Watch what he's doing.
Yeah, because we see her taking her meds and then throw them in the trash can because it was empty.
Okay, so about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pacey. When he goes in there, the trash is full.
Yeah.
And he goes in there and pulls the bottle out. I was like,
Yeah.
gross.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of at the top, but still, yeah.
But there was like Kleenex or toilet paper
Right.
or something. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you just like put your hand in there?
Mm-hmm.
Gross. Would you do that?
No.
I'd be getting gloves, and he didn't even wash his hands.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wash your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's in there?
Yeah.
I guess she's your girlfriend and all, but
Mhm.
wash your hands. You just touched the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me, did it?
No, it didn't.
I mean, there was no hand sanitizer. There was no soap involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was like all I could think of.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't want to touch your hand.
Yeah.
Spending her trash.
Yeah, it reminds me of when Jen was putting on that lip gloss in the store, the sample one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows what kind of diseases you have on your mouth now?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go and you lick your lips. Oh, that's so gross.
Mm-hmm.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
Now that's really in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some gross stuff that happens.
Yeah. And then Dawson goes to the library where he runs into Devon, the nude model from Joey's art class. And so was that the still the library at the college, right? Because she was at college.
I don't know. It could have been. I don't know. It could have been the library in their town. I don't know.
Yeah. So I just thought it was kind of random how they ran into each other like that, of all places.
Yeah, they had to find her.
Yeah. We don't even know what.
I don't know. I guess he's just like stalking the college because he's like waiting for her maybe to get out of class.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna stalk.
Yeah.
I mean, he is good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What did you think of Jack helping in Dawson's movie? Especially given the last episode when Dawson didn't even want him to be on the boat trip.
Yeah, I thought that was surprising. But I guess he was desperate for help for his movie.
But also, Jen is the one that asked for his help, not Dawson. Because Joey's like, well, how does Dawson feel? Joey, what do you care? You're with Jack.
Mm-hmm.
If you cared so much about Dawson, you'd be with Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like, Joey, he's helping, so shut up.
Yeah. And then Devon gets into Dawson's movie because she says that her nude modeling is like an acting exercise. So that gives Dawson the idea that maybe she should audition. And then they audition like right there and then in the library, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. He gives her a copy of his script first. They audition on his front lawn.
But wasn't it only basically with him?
Yeah, that too. Like Jen should have been there to, give notes or in her opinion.
But I guess if he's the one writing it, I guess he's in charge. I don't think that Dawson would listen if anyone else said, like if they disagreed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'd listen to them. Do you?
No.
He'd be like, this is my movie. I'm in charge of it.
Yep.
And they would just have to go along with it. Think about it. Mm-hmm. Anything that Joey has done, she just has to follow. And he doesn't listen. So I feel like it would be like this too if Jen tried. Like, no, just agree. Yeah, how would you like to work with someone? You just got to agree every time they go do something.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Yeah. See, that's what living with Dawson would be like. You just have to agree
Mm-hmm.
to everything he wants and says.
Yeah.
No, that sounds boring to me.
And then we meet Tyson because he helped Graham with her groceries.
Okay. How is it Jen didn't put two and two together?
I know.
Because he's hanging out with Graham.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just been a guy that was
At the
nice
grocery
to help
store or
her.
something?
Yeah, like, but the way that she just let Jen hang out with him, that was suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Because
It's just
think
Cliff
about
all
it.
over again.
The only one she's liked is Cliff.
Yeah.
And that's because he went to church.
Yep.
So where do you think she found this one? On the street? I highly doubt she met him and said, oh, he's so sweet. I should bring him to Jen. No. She would only meet him at one place, like Cliff. I mean, really?
Yeah.
That's the only place she goes is to church.
Yep.
So I'm surprised Jen, of all people, didn't put that together.
Right.
Especially because Grams was all just so happy. Like, oh, he can help you. Oh, why don't you,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you take him along with you? It's like, huh?
Yeah.
You hate boys.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the ones Jen hangs around. So
Yeah.
Jen really should have thought about that a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But did you like when at the end, when he takes her to his Bible study?
Well, I was surprised to call it a party
I know.
because I never heard anybody call it a party. Like a gathering or something else, but not a party.
Oh, yes, or an occasion or something. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was weird because then she's thinking, ooh, party, party.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't. It was Bible study.
Yep.
Get your Bible out. I mean, does Jen even have one?
Nope.
But I thought that was weird. And then she's like looking around. I'm like, Jen, you don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even go to church with Graham. So why don't you just go home?
Yeah.
Are you surprised that she didn't just like get up and leave?
Oh, she's probably embarrassed. She didn't just like want to sit down just to get back up again, I think.
I know, but
I mean,
she's not going to participate.
She could have made an excuse to leave, but yeah.
I mean, I feel like for her, it's like a waste of her time.
Mm-hmm.
And she would feel she has better things to do than sit there and listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Grams keeps trying and I goes, oh, here's a boy. Let me have him try. Do you think Grams told him not to tell her?
Maybe. I don't know.
Like it's Graham's plan to have her go and, oh, if she likes this boy, maybe she'll go to Bible study and then she'll go to church.
Maybe.
So maybe he should lie to her. Because they seem buddy-buddy,
Mm-hmm.
this Tyson and Grams.
Yeah.
See, now that she was fishy with Cliff, Jen was.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't she be fishy with Tyson?
I don't know. Maybe because he was brand new to her.
But he clearly wasn't. They were all chummy.
I don't know. Well, she did find out that he can help out with the movie, so that kind of made her want to be friendly with him.
I don't know. It was just kind of weird. But I thought the ending was funny when she walks in and,
Mm-hmm.
oh, have fun, Jen. You're in Bible study now.
Yep.
With him, which means that's where Graham's met him.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't it look like all the kids were like in their class, like in their age range?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, at least you could hang out with them. I mean,
Yeah.
and let's be honest, Jen needs to hang out with someone other than Abby
Right.
because all Abby does is get her in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Chris too.
And weren't you so happy to see Graham's back?
Yeah, she just disappeared and then came back.
So she disappeared when Jen was going through her Abby phase,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's back again.
Yep.
I'm like, where have you been?
Yeah.
Because I keep questioning that of like, why is Graham's never there?
Right.
Like, okay, someone who's retired and who has nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You would think that she'd be watching Jen's every move,
Yep.
especially because she caught Jen with Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
That she would be like, I'm gonna watch you.
Mm-hmm.
You're on my watch.
Yeah.
And now and then she just stopped and let Abby go nuts.
Yep.
Or Jen go nuts. I mean, what?
Mm-hmm.
She's not that person.
Right.
They did not create that person for her to just be the grandma that doesn't care what Jen does.
Mm-hmm.
She cares.
Yeah.
And so it's just weird how she wasn't there. And now that Jen is becoming Jen again,
Mm-hmm.
now Grams is back.
Yeah.
It's really weird. But I was happy that Jen is helping with the movie so that she's not partying and drinking.
Right. Me too.
And it's weird that Chris is still a part of it.
Right.
Like,
Well,
I don't
was He's only a good actor in the audition, so
I know, but it's just weird because he's like the party boy and
yeah.
he's not partying. He's participating in the movie.
Yeah, because he wants to be famous.
He thinks Dawson's movie is going to make him famous.
I don't know. It's just a starting point, I guess.
Oh, and you think Dawson is going to give him a good reference?
If he does good in the movie, he might.
That'd be tricky because it's Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
Were you happy that Dawson's parents weren't in the episode?
Yeah.
Me too.
It was nice not to deal with their whole separation, soon to be divorce situation.
I was like, thank God it's not about them. So the last 2 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
you know how much I hated the episodes. I actually was getting somewhat invested in this episode. Like it actually kept my attention more than the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because certain people just weren't in it. His parents, Abby.
Yeah.
You know, it was actually somewhat enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say fully,
Mm-hmm.
but it was definitely better than the last couple. What'd you think?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And then Dawson actually was being a good friend to Pacey for once and, giving him advice about Andy.
Yeah, to let her go.
No, I'm talking about before that when they're in his room. And Dawson tells him just to make things stress-free as possible for Andy when he's with her.
Yeah, and then he gives him the great advice. Let her go, like I did to Joey.
Yeah,
It's like, what?
Flip-flop, yeah.
I'm like, Dawson, shut up. Oh,
Yeah.
like that's going so well for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pacey's watching it. He does not want that. Like your life.
Right.
Most people don't want your life, Dawson.
Yep.
Like that part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
But so what's the girl's name? Devon?
Yeah.
So it was funny when she said, "Oh, you're making your first film. Cute."
Mm.
I mean, it was funny. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
she thinks it's just cute."
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised he didn't react to that comment.
Yeah. Well, she said something else that made him not want her to audition, but then he changes his mind and lets her read the script to audition right there in his front yard. I didn't write exactly what he had said to her or what she said to him. I think
Probably something to do with Joey.
yeah, something. Yeah, so he wasn't taking the critique very well.
He never does.
Yeah.
That's why anytime that someone does speak their mind,
Mm-hmm.
I always find it funny because Dawson does not handle it well.
Yeah.
And then I'm always like, way to go, whoever is saying it.
Mm-hmm. And then it was funny when at the ice house when Devon was there, Joey goes.
You like that part?
I thought it was funny because
Oh.
it was just confusing for Joey because Devon started like repeating after her, trying to.
And then Joey touched her hair and put her hair behind her ear.
Yeah, she did the
and
same.
then so did Devon. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but wouldn't that be weird if you're at work
Mm-hmm.
and someone comes in and then they're just repeating everything, whether it's your hand motion, how you're speaking,
Mm-hmm.
everything? Wouldn't that be weird? And you don't know a thing of why they're doing it.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Like Devon knows why she's doing it,
Mm-hmm.
but Joey doesn't.
Right.
And then she told Jack, like,
Yeah.
that girl's like kind of like creeping me out. Like, you take care of her.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that would be questionable.
Yeah.
And then when she saw her at Dawson's,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, oh, or the school, whichever one.
And then even still when Jack went over there to wait on her, Devon was like, you need to tell me everything.
Yeah, tell me everything about her. It's like, how come he didn't be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's his girlfriend.
Right.
I feel like even if that was just your friend, you'd be like, what? What do you mean tell her how do you even know a thing about her?
Yeah.
Or want to know anything about her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would be questionable. Like, she is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Until they saw her again. But it was funny when Devon and Joey got into it. And then Joey goes, she walks away and she like tells Jack, she's too short to play me. I'm like, oh my God, Joey.
That was funny. And then Pacey was, again, being a good boyfriend to Andy.
He was?
Yeah, because he, tried to be there for her and went to her house to confront her about her meds. And then she lies again, saying that they were her mom's. And Pacey was like, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine, but don't lie to me. And Andy started taking them after Tim died. We learned that, but she says it. Pacey was like, if you weren't okay, you would tell me, right? And Andy says yes, but we ignored that. We know that's a lie.
I do agree that Andy needs therapy
Mm-hmm.
because okay, so even if she goes to therapy and doesn't talk about her brother,
Yeah.
she still needs therapy because she's taking care of her mom
Mm-hmm.
and the whole being an adult, taking care of the house and everyone's life situation. Like she's taking care of everyone. So
Yeah.
she needs therapy just for that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Even if you don't talk about Tim.
Yep.
And also, isn't the medication supposed to be helping her? Not
Yeah.
making her go the other way?
Bad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Like, because she was starting to spiral. And then she started taking her meds. And I'm like, well, isn't that supposed to, like, I don't know, calm you down?
Yeah,
But
unless
she's
it.
not. She's pushing Pacey away, telling him, you're a problem and everything. And it's like, but
Yeah, it could be a number of things. She might not be taking them every day like she should be, or it hasn't been enough time for them to kick in yet, or it might not even be the right medication for her anymore. She might have to switch to something else.
probably because she needs a therapist, right? So that they can prescribe her with something.
Yeah, so it just could be a number of different things.
Yeah, because I'm just like, you're starting to take them, which is good, but I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But it is weird if she's not seeing someone for
Mm-hmm.
it. Like, how is she getting the medication?
Well, you can still get the medication from a doctor.
But
I've
wouldn't the
done that.
doctor question
Actually,
why you would need it?
Actually, they don't. That's the
Huh?
thing.
Wait, you can just walk in and be like, I want some of this.
You can.
Huh?
Um,
That's messed up.
yeah, that's why at this point I'm my own doctor. Like I question myself, like, do I need it? Yeah, and they give you like a little list of questions to fill out on a like 1
So
through
you can
5 score.
lie.
I mean, yeah, you can lie,
If you
but
really want the medication, you can lie.
yeah, basically, really depends. So
Well, I think she's going through some side effects. I mean, I do think she needs it.
yeah, and then she's just doing too much too. That doesn't help.
Well, I know she's yelling at everybody on set because they're not giving.
Yeah, and the little barrette that went missing.
I know, like, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know on actual movies it matters.
Yeah.
But it's Dawson's film. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and they're probably not getting paid much to do this, so
I don't think they're getting paid at all.
yeah,
Isn't it all just help?
mainly. I don't know. I feel like some people had to have been paid.
Jen might be getting paid, but I don't think anyone else is really getting paid. I feel like they're just all helping.
Maybe we know Graham isn't getting the money because
And I don't think Jack's getting the money. I think he's just helping. I mean, Dawson probably don't want him there.
right.
Now, were you surprised that there really was no scenes between Jack and Dawson?
Yeah, because I mean they're on the set. They should have. It was just like the very end when they talked for a brief moment about getting food and stuff like that, and he thanked Jack for helping and all that. But yeah, they
Because
weren't.
just the last episode, it was
Yeah.
like they were getting into it. And then now, oh, nothing. We're like, we're all good.
Yeah.
I was like, man, there was no fun argument between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted something to come out of that. But of course, nothing. No drama.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you feel about Joey confronting Dawson about the movie being about her and them and basically how it's too soon?
Yeah.
And how he doesn't have to put every little detail of their lives in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy. I was like, good job, Joey, because I was thinking it.
Yeah. I put. Joey's obviously upset, and
I don't blame her.
Yeah, because she didn't know about any of this ahead of time, so she's just seeing it, live.
Play out, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just writing every detail of the relationship that just ended not too long ago, and she's mad that he moved on, and Dawson points out that she broke up with him and has a new boyfriend, and how he hasn't moved on, and this movie about the relationship is the one thing keeping him going. So
yeah, but I feel like the only reason why he made the movie
mm-hmm.
is because he has nothing else going on in his life.
Yeah,
and he's not like creative enough to make anything up. Because like everybody was saying, how come the characters don't sleep together? Well, because he hasn't done it.
Yeah.
He's not going to put it in his movies. But if you were creative, you would do it even if you didn't do it in real life. Like, you'd be creative.
Yeah.
That's why there's crazy movies out there, even if the person never did it before.
Mm-hmm.
It's called being creative and thinking. But Dawson doesn't do that. He only does reality, like his reality.
Mm-hmm.
Except for that stupid monster thing. And, that was just stupid. But other than that, it just seems like anything he wants to do is about his life. And that's boring.
Right.
Like his life is boring to watch. Who's going to watch that?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely wouldn't. Would you?
No.
And then there's a reason why they broke up. He thinks people want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how long do you think that they dated for?
I don't know. A few weeks, maybe.
It feels like it was like the same amount of time that Jen and Dawson dated.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's just weird. I'm like, you can't even keep a relationship, Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to write about it?
Right.
Okay. We'll see how well that goes.
Mm-hmm. And then Devon was getting all of Joey's business, and when Jack walks up, she just flat out is like, what's it like being the transition guy, and asks Joey like, how are you dating one guy but in love with another, and all that, just getting all in her business.
I didn't like that. I'm like, poor Jack.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's true.
Yeah.
Jack is just sort of the guy in between.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you can tell, they're still in love with I take in love very lightly.
Mm-hmm.
But it does seem like they still like each other.
Friends, yeah.
Yeah. Because neither one of them have moved on.
Right, yeah.
Because Joey should be mad, yes, about the movie. But if she really had moved on, she'd be so into Jack that she wouldn't be caring of what Dawson is thinking or doing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, look how happy I am, and you are still miserable.
Yeah.
But also, if she's so upset about this movie, why is she helping?
Just to be a good friend for Dawson, I'm guessing.
It's just weird. I'm like, why are you helping then? If you don't want to see any of these scenes, why are you there?
But she probably thought they wouldn't be so accurate either. Maybe she thought he would fabricate some of it.
Yeah, but even after she yelled at him, she still stayed.
Yeah, true.
Like, if you're so upset, leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then why didn't he tell her to leave?
Probably too busy with everything else.
It was just weird. But I'm like, Jack, why are you there? Like, you really are. Yeah, but I did feel bad for him because he's definitely the in-between guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then...
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think when Pacey climbed through Andy's window?
Oh, yeah, on the vine.
Okay, he first climbs up with
before
a flower.
Before that, he actually showed up at her door with the rose.
and
then she closed the door in his face, and that's when he climbs up to her bedroom. And he almost fell.
She didn't care.
Yeah. And then he gives her the rose, which was sweet. And then, she kept pushing him away,
yep.
but he kept, pushing back. And he's like, I can help. I know I can help you. I'm not going to turn away from you, especially when you need me the most. And I know I can help you. And he says that he knows he can help her because he loves her. That was really sweet, too.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like Pacey is not like any other teenage boy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moment she was pushing him away, he was like, I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
I'm going to just keep on trying.
Yep.
And even when Dawson said, like, let her go,
mm-hmm.
She'll come back to you.
Right.
Well, it's not really working out yet for Dawson. But
mm-hmm.
I was like so happy that Pacey was like, no, like, I'm not giving up on her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference between Dawson and Pacey.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he just kept trying and trying, geez, I'm not answering the door. I'm not talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Go away. I'm like, good job, Pacey, because any other boy
would have listened.
Yeah, they'd have been like,
yeah.
They would have been like, you're crazy. Bye. I'll go find someone better. But Pacey's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I love you. And I was so happy that he said it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not giving up on you.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, this is why he's the best boyfriend. And you guys always question me. But you know what? This just proves why. Because if Dawson was in that spot,
he'd
have been like, bye, you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Pacey didn't do that because he's the better guy.
Yeah, taking her bad with the good.
Well, and then I loved when he was like, no, like you, like basically like you saved me, so I'm not gonna just give up on you. And I'm like, how sweet is that?
Yeah. And I did.
Now, are your feelings changing?
About Pacey?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's already been past the point where I do like him more than Dawson. So.
So that means you're not going to give me a hard time anymore, right?
Not right now, no, because Dawson's just dragging this whole relationship with Joey. Like, he actually did put in his movie that about the scene where their characters, I forgot what his character's name is, but Joey's is Sammy, and I forgot what his is, but he actually wrote the scene of where they talk about Joey kissing Jack and how they got into the argument after the homecoming dance or whatever.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
he put that in his movie.
in the movie, didn't he also say in the movie, like, you moved on or whatever?
Maybe.
Like that she's dating
Hmm.
him?
Yeah.
You know, the new guy?
Yeah. Well, I know he said that to her when they're in the classroom. Yeah.
But I feel like it was in the movie too, and I'm like,
Hmm.
Dawson, that just happened.
Yeah. So,
Who does that?
yeah.
And if this is your way of trying to get Joey back,
Hmm.
I mean, would that work for you? I would
No.
just be more upset.
Hmm.
Like, stop trying so hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually annoying. It's not even flattering.
Hmm.
It's actually creepy. It's just like Devon.
Yeah.
Just like Devon trying to, like, watch Joey's. Okay, here's the thing about Devon.
Hmm.
Why didn't she just tell Joey what she was doing instead of being creepy?
Maybe she assumed that Dawson told Joey that she was playing the part.
Because
Probably.
if you're going to watch someone because it's a real life movie,
Hmm.
you're not supposed to be creepy about it. You're supposed to be like up front, like, hey, I'm just going to like observe you. Is that okay?
Hmm.
She didn't ask any questions. She just like was creepy.
Hmm.
Like, oh, she works here. I'm going to stalk her.
Yeah.
No, who does that? That
I
really
know.
is creepy.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're going to play someone, at least tell them.
Yeah.
Even if you think the director is going to,
Hmm.
you probably should still tell them. Because what if it hasn't gotten to that person yet?
Yeah. And I was wondering.
You know, because Dawson's so busy that
Yeah.
he obviously didn't have time to tell Joey.
Yeah. So I was even wondering how Devin even found out who Joey was, like where she worked, what does she look like, that? Because
Uh,
like Dawson could have showed a picture of her, but
but didn't he know because of
oh my God, the art
the
class.
art class?
I forgot already. Yeah.
That
Yeah, but
weird art class.
yeah, I mean, but it was funny that Joey didn't recognize her then right away.
Isn't it weird how wasn't the other art class with the other teacher?
I think that was the high school art class, and that's how she found out about the college one.
Because now it's with this guy.
Yeah, the college, yeah.
I was just like, is this like a different teacher
It
teaching
is.
art?
Yeah, because it's a different class, yeah.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah, the woman
I guess
who-
all they draw is nude people.
I guess.
That
Yeah, I feel
guy
like for
and now this.
yeah, I feel like for high school you wouldn't do that anyways.
No.
That's way too young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to see anybody naked.
Mm.
But I was just like, man, all they do is draw nude people in this class. Joey really shouldn't be in this class.
Unless it's a certain kind of art class for that she's taking.
I know. Shouldn't she just be drawing something different?
Mm-hmm. Or, different things at least.
Yeah,
Just one.
like all it is nude people. That's all we see on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Is it weird how they show, like, Joey's in a class that they're drawing nude people, but they don't actually, like, nobody else in the show is, like, nude? I don't know. It's just weird how, like, they're very, like, they keep that, like, they don't put that in there in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But the only part they put in the show is, oh, yeah, Joey's going to go and, like, draw nude people. Like,
I guess because
huh?
it's just a type of art.
It's just weird, though. Like, the show doesn't really revolve around that. Like, nobody's walking around naked
Mm-hmm.
like other shows.
Yeah.
And, that they actually wear clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the guys, we don't really see them shirtless or anything.
Right.
So it's just weird how, oh, yeah, we're going to just throw Joey in this class.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, yeah, Joey's not experienced, but we're just going to throw her in this class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. It's just really awkward and weird
Mm-hmm.
to, like, watch.
Yeah. And I thought Jen and Grams had a nice moment when Grams was applauding her for all the work that Jen's done in the movie and how she's doing it on her own. She has more options than Graham did when she was young, and she doesn't need, to have a man by her side to do anything.
Well, and I thought that was weird, or not weird. I thought it was
Strange.
well,
Uncommon.
like, because this was the 90s.
Yeah.
And the fact that I don't know in the 90s because I was little,
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know if there was really that many writers, producers, and all of that. You know what I mean? Because Jen was kind of like the, I don't know, producer. I don't know.
Mhm.
And the fact that, Jen was, or that she was getting all this credit from Grams. And I'm like, but I don't know in the 90s how big that was. Because
Um,
now women do write shows, they are in charge. I mean, men still are obviously overpowered, but I feel like the 90s, I don't know. I feel like women were starting to, but it wasn't like a big thing.
right.
It wasn't like they were like the showrunners of a show, because guys still were.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because men had it all.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it was just really acting mainly for women.
Yeah. And getting bossed around again by men.
Mhm. Um, from the New York Times in 1990, so this is way before Dawson anyhow, but 1990, the study also found that in prime TV shows like ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, women held 43% of the roles. And I don't know if that means acting roles or what, but something like that.
Hmm. Probably acting.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. Um, I see 34% for everything. I don't know if that's today or back then. I don't know. I would have to like look more into this, but yeah. So that is a good question. How much were they involved behind the scenes?
Especially in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously today is a different story, but um, back then,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think they were really
Right.
too involved. They should have been,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they were.
Right.
So I thought it was kind of different, I guess, to see Grams complimenting her like, "Oh, you don't need a man," which is weird because back in the 90s, you did still, I feel like, need a man, especially in TV.
Like to get into the TV.
Well, yeah, like men still took control. Like I feel like even if a woman said this isn't right, they would be like, "Well, I'm in charge. That's why there's 10 of us and one of you." Like I feel like they would just still hold that power, which is I think why this writing is so messed up on the show, because there were no really women voices.
Mm-hmm.
Like because that one episode you said, well, there was, but I don't think she really had that much power.
Right.
Because again, the men had the power,
Mm-hmm.
and they still do.
Yeah.
Um, but going back to when Pacey was looking at his butt
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about looks and everything,
Yeah.
it's only gotten worse, the obsession
Yeah.
over looks.
Mm-hmm.
Because, beauty is such a big thing
Yeah.
nowadays. I mean, with all the filters and, you know, I'm like, it's only gotten worse. When I was like watching that, I'm like, that's so bad. Like, man, living in the 90s was better,
Yeah.
especially with the beauty standard. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, back then you had to be really thin. That's when all the eating disorders kind of started popping up.
Yeah, but now it's depression, anxiety, and everything else on top of everything else.
Yeah.
Because now on social media, you have to look that way, and if you don't, you get judged. Or if you put on makeup and you post a picture and then, oh, you don't look like that in real life, it's like, that's why there's so much bad stuff I feel like happening because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Social media plays a big part. They didn't have that back in the 90s,
Yeah.
which was a good thing, because
Mm-hmm.
you could, if it wasn't in your reality,
Mm-hmm.
then,
Yeah.
you weren't seeing it.
Right.
But now it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I definitely think it was different, but it's definitely changed in the worst way.
Yeah.
Not good.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't good then. It's not good now. I don't think it'll. Do you think it'll change?
I feel like it does get easier as you get older, but when you're young, it's just really difficult.
Yeah, for all the young kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, too much pressure on them, especially their age.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just weird. I'm like, Pacey's looking at himself. Like Andy isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. And I thought after they were done shooting that day that Chris actually wanted to invite Dawson to go get food with him and Devon. That was random.
Well, why is he hanging out with Devon?
I guess because they're working together, they probably like
Is it because he wants to sleep with her?
probably and he doesn't even know she's a new model, so he definitely will after
Oh, yeah.
that.
Once he knows that, oh, game over.
Mm-hmm. And then Joey stays behind to apologize for
Well,
earlier.
and doesn't it look like Devon likes Dawson?
Yeah, I think she might, just because she's probably got into her role a little too well, probably. Yeah, and then Joey did stay behind to apologize and saying it was unfair, and it's hard to see her life reenacted in front of everyone, which, I can understand that.
Well, especially when you're in high school. Like Dawson didn't even wait 10 years to
Yeah.
make this movie.
Yeah, so
He did
everything's
it
still
right away.
fresh. Yeah. Yeah, and Dawson tells her that if he made this movie, he could put everything in the past. But
Oh, whatever.
yeah, I
Dawson
know.
is not that guy.
Yeah, I didn't believe that.
I don't. That's what I mean. When you always ask me questions, I'm like, I don't listen to Dawson because stuff that comes out of his mouth is not the truth.
Mhm.
Most of the time, it's all lies.
Yeah. But I think he was telling the truth when he was saying that, like, the last few months he was trying to learn to be without her, acting like he's not hurt, when most of the time he just wanted to be with his best friend and pour out his heart to her.
Which is so annoying because he wanted her as a girlfriend.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think he wanted both, really, because he just probably just missed talking to her, at least, you know?
Yeah, and I don't get why he's still trying to go after her, like when he was talking to Pacey,
Mhm.
because your relationship did not work the first time.
Right.
What all you did was fight,
Mhm.
and then you broke up.
Mhm.
So what makes you think that it's going to work the second time?
Maybe if Joey has now found herself, like she said before.
No. But but has Dawson changed?
Not really,
Because
no.
the problem was they were the same people they were, growing up.
Mm.
Like neither one of them had changed,
Yeah.
to better the relationship.
Mhm.
So even if Joey had changed, Dawson didn't. And that was also her problem was he's still the same person.
Mhm.
So it's as long as he's going to stay the same person,
Mhm.
it's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
I don't know how he hasn't figured that out yet.
And then she even tells him that's been tearing her apart too, but if it was, she wouldn't really be with Jack.
I think she's hoping that Jack, is like the guy for her
Mhm.
and that, he pulls Dawson away. I don't know. Like, it's just all weird. Like, why do we have to keep going to Dawson and Joey crap? I'm tired of it.
Yeah, and then Dawson flips it again and says, "But we have to move on. A little bit today, a little more tomorrow."
Yeah, but he's lying.
Well, I just yeah, and
He wants her to break up with Jack so bad so that she can run back to him. That's all he wants.
mhm. And then Jack was surprised me too because he was like, "Dawson, do you want to get some food with me and Joey?" And he's like, "No." He's gonna stay here and take it all in and everything.
Annoying. So he can pout some more so that everybody feels sorry for him. That's the problem. You guys are always like so mean to me. And I'm like, he's a pouter and a whiner. Like, he's showing it here. Like, you guys can't keep yelling at me. Watch the show. Dawson is just that person.
Yeah,
It's not my fault. I didn't write him that way. If I would have wrote him, he would have been a different person, a better guy.
mhm. Yeah, just sometimes I can see where he's coming from, but sometimes he does take it a
Okay,
little
well,
too
do
far.
you see where he's coming from here?
Not really, because he's giving mixed signals, like he's moved on, but he hasn't moved on, and that's why he's
Yeah,
making
he
a movie.
he tells Pacey one thing, which is the truth, and then he tells Joey something different. Like, just be honest for once.
Yeah,
He's annoying.
yeah. So that was pretty much it in this episode.
Yep.
So then, highs and lows.
Yeah. So my low was Devin being creepy with Joey
Mhm.
because he was creeping me out.
Yeah.
Because she should have told her, and because you could tell by Joey's face
She was
that
uncomfortable.
yeah, uncomfortable, and that she didn't know.
Mhm.
So that she should have said right then and there what she was doing instead of
Yeah.
being creepy. So that would be my low.
Mhm.
And then the high would be obviously Pacey.
Yeah, of course.
But also a part I liked
Yeah.
was Graham's helping with food service.
Yeah.
Because Grams hates Dawson.
Mhm.
And given how much she can't stand him, it was weird that she was helping. I know she was helping for Jen, but that also meant she was helping Dawson.
Yeah.
And Grams can't stand him. So I was like, oh, okay. Grams is helping.
Maybe it's because they're not together anymore, and Graham's kind of had a plan to get Jen with Kai. So
Yeah, but I think doesn't If she was around, she would know that that Jen still likes Dawson if Grams was around. Like, how come they never tell where Grams is at?
I don't know.
Like, she's always home.
Hmm.
You can't tell me she's just gone.
Right. Yeah, my highs and lows are pretty much the same, Devon being creepy with Joey and making her mad purposely to figure out why her character she's playing, Sammy, in the movie is so mad and all that, just trying to take advantage of her and her feelings.
Well, and then she's like, "Why are you so mad to
Yeah.
Joey?" I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"'Cause some people just are that way,
Yeah.
Devon."
Mm-hmm. And then my high was Pacey, of course, with Andy and his whole climbing the vines, even though he almost hurt himself. And then rating.
I would rate this a 6. Hey, it's gone up for my 2s and 3s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
Still not the best. I'm still bored with it, but it actually kept me interested a tad bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about a 7.
You always have to go one higher than me. Every episode, Cynthia.
And then best and worst.
Oh, yes. So, my worst.
Dawson,
Yeah. Well, he annoyed me.
of course.
Okay, why would you write a movie when you just broke up with the person? You don't do that. It's too fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot pull your emotions from writing the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to have time in between to grieve, and because you haven't, you cannot make a movie
Right.
based on it. And he made me mad. He's also the worst because he didn't tell Joey. Like, he didn't get permission for all of these scenes that
Right.
were her life.
Mm-hmm.
Can't she sue him for that? For using
Yeah.
her story?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, so see, there you go. She should sue him. But yes, that is why he's the worst. He didn't tell her,
Mm-hmm.
and he was annoying. And he just won't tell her the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't write a movie and not tell somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then the best is Pacey because he didn't give up on Andy when everyone else would have if they were
Right.
in his spot.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 16-year-old boy. They all would have given up on her.
Yeah.
But he's stayed, and, he's just so loving to her. Oh, I love it. It's so sweet. So that's why he's the best, as usual. Because Pacey just is the best. That's why I keep telling you guys, and you guys just don't listen to me, that Pacey is the best on this show. Maybe the best character ever.
He has gotten better since he's been with Andy. I can agree on that.
I told you the future is better. Season 1, no. But now, he's just is the best.
And then my worst was Devon, just because, like I said before, of how she was all making Joey uncomfortable about everything. And then
Of course, you can't pick Dawson. I mean, really?
I've picked him before, haven't I?
Probably, but I'm just saying that I pick him more often than you.
Yeah, well, you don't like Dawson, so that's a given.
Okay, but she was just trying to be Joey because, that's her character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she pushed it too far. Figure
And
Joey's
Dawson
anger.
didn't. Putting their breakup and everything. I mean, even when Joey yelled at him, it's not like he cut that out of his movie, even though she was upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that's the thing is you guys like to pick on me because I pick Pacey as the best when he is the best and when I feel he's the best, but Dawson is the worst and you're not even picking him.
Well, I have before in the past. I just don't know the last episode that was. I'd have to scroll up in my notes. But the best for this episode is the same as yours, of course, Pacey, for everything he's doing with Andy. So, he's actually putting the time and effort in and not just giving up so easily.
See the opposite of Dawson.
Well, Joey and Jen broke up with
No,
Dawson.
I'm saying if Dawson was in Pacey's position,
Mm-hmm.
he would not stick around.
Yeah. He
Run
wouldn't
away.
probably understand as well as Pacey does.
But Pacey's there every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
See, because Dawson doesn't get out of his bubble, so he doesn't know what others are thinking or cares to think, where Pacey is like, tell me everything. So that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then the next one is episode 14, To Be or Not to Be. So
Isn't that like a poem?
Yeah, Shakespeare, I believe.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about this episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us at Twitter at duochatpodcast and give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would really appreciate it.